Right now, results and reaction on this primary election day in Wisconsin. We'll break it all down right now on News 3 Now at 10. And thanks for joining us tonight. The polls are closed. The ballots still being added up. The results are coming in.
The biggest race is the statewide one, the Republican primary for governor. And here are the latest numbers. Businessman Tim Michels is ahead right now by about 13,000 votes. He, of course, was endorsed by former President Trump over former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch. She has 44% to 47% right now. And Tim Rantham, State Assemblyman Tim Rantham, is in third place with 24,000 votes.
Well, we have crews at each of the candidates' watch parties. Armand Rahman with the Michels campaign. That's in Waukesha, and Tahlil Mohideen with the Kleefisch event in Oconomowoc. Let's start with Armand, who is live in Waukesha. Armand?
Yeah, Eric and Charlotte, the excitement is pretty high here as Michels maintains that high lead. Actually, a lot of people out of their seats waiting at the door for him to come inside here. Waiting for any sign by the other candidate to show. Now, Michels has run before for Senate primary in 2004 when he won, but he lost the general election against Democrat Russ Reingold. Now, he did vote earlier today at the polls. A couple of his key issues: abolishing the Wisconsin Election Commission, considering decertification of the 2020 election results, as well as school choice and yielding a lot of power in education to the parents. Now, again, Michels' lead appears to be growing, but still pretty close to Rebecca Kleefisch's, and the excitement here, pretty happy, the vibe, pretty excited as they await Michels to come in and give a speech. For now, back to you guys in the studio.
All right, still a very close race. Armand Rahman live tonight in Waukesha at the Michels watch party. Armand, thank you.
The other front-runner, former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Kleefisch. She has been campaigning around the state alongside former Governor Scott Walker and former Vice President Mike Pence. Our Tahlil Mohideen is live at her watch party tonight in Oconomowoc. Tahlil?
Eric and Susan, there is a lot of excitement in this room right now, and people started pouring in as soon as the polls closed at 8. For the most part, they're laughing, chatting, and just generally having a good time. But as those results keep coming in more and more, they're keeping an eye on their phones for those numbers, hoping to get one step closer by the end of the night to calling their candidate governor. Now, beyond the people in this room, Rebecca Kleefisch does have some big names behind her, receiving endorsements from former Governor Scott Walker and former Vice President Mike Pence, who dubbed her the proven conservative. Now, it's her experience serving under Walker as Lieutenant Governor that she's hoping will carry her through this primary. Now, we haven't seen her just yet today, but we are, of course, expecting to hear from her once the election is called. But for now, back to you guys in the studio.
Tahlil, thank you, reporting live tonight in Oconomowoc.
Well, next, this was a big race, but it turned out to be the foregone conclusion many thought it would be after other candidates dropped out late. A runaway in the Democratic primary for the U.S. Senate, Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes easily winning a race that was called just 27 minutes after the polls closed.
Our Catherine Merck is live in Milwaukee. She is at the Barnes event tonight. Catherine, what's the feeling in the room there now?
It's been about an hour now since Mandela Barnes came out and addressed the crowd after his big win, and the excitement has not stopped here anytime since then. As he walked out tonight, I saw the crowd absolutely erupt in excitement for his victory, and it's clear based on that the Wisconsin Democrats have his support here. In his speech, he talked about how tonight is just the beginning for his campaign as the focus now shifts toward November.
We need more real people in the United States Senate. Because as you all know, the way that we'll change Washington is when we change the people we send to Washington. And I'm here to tell you that work starts today.
And while the celebrations are not stopping here in Milwaukee anytime soon, it's back to business for Barnes tomorrow. He's going to start another campaign where he gets back on the road to try and rally more support as he goes up against Ron Johnson this November. Reporting live in Milwaukee, I'm Catherine Merck for News 3 Now.
All right, Catherine, thank you. On the Republican side of the Senate, Senator Johnson did have a primary competitor, but this too was also called within 30 minutes of the polls closing. Now, another race that has quickly gained national attention. Look at the numbers here in the 63rd Assembly District. That is Speaker Robin Vos up against relative unknown Adam Steen. Now, this would have been the shocker of the night and demonstrate, at least in that part of the state, how much clout Donald Trump still has with voters there. Vos apparently hanging on, but this is still with 12% of the votes out. Again, look at the margin there, less than 300 votes separating those two. And a few more local races in the Assembly's 80th district that covers Verona, Oregon, Mount Horeb. Mike Baer, a Russ Feingold protege, leads Anna Halverson. Incumbent Sandy Pope retiring there.
In the 46th district, which covers Sun Prairie, McFarland, and parts of Madison, Dane County Board Supervisor Melissa Ratcliffe is leading right now with 100% of the precincts reporting. Over also District 12 Alder Saeed Abbas. Incumbent Gary Hebel, by the way, this is his seat. He is retiring after 20 years in this position. Every election, we're also keeping a very close eye on any potential problems at polling locations. As of tonight, we have not heard any word of any issues locally, so no news is good news so far on that front. Voter turnout was expected to be a bit low, particularly in more blue parts of the state. Within the past half hour, Dane County is reporting more than 120,000 votes being cast today, with several reporting districts still out.
Well, if you're looking for the results of a particular race, they'll be scrolling at the bottom of your screen, or check out our new interactive election map. It's all at channel3000.com. Beautiful day to get out and get to the polls. Here's your certified most accurate forecast meteorologist, Julian Seawright. Beautiful night on the outdoor backyard patio.
That's right. We have a gorgeous night on tap for us, and it's going to be pretty gorgeous throughout much of this week as well. But taking a look at how we stacked up for it today, it was great dog walking weather for us, and on top of it, it was just a great day to just be outside. 80 degrees was our high for today, and it honestly didn't even really feel like it. But normally around this time of year, it is around 81 degrees, so we were close to seasonable. But folks, it felt just flat out great, especially after last week where all that humidity and even the storms from this weekend. Honestly, today was quite a gift. Take a look at the temperatures around southern Wisconsin. 66 in Madison, was 70 in Janesville, 68 in Platteville, and our friends over towards Boscobel were at 62 degrees and 63 in for Lone Rock. So a nice night already, and it's just going to get better as we continue throughout the rest of the overnight hours. Dew points are, we can feel a little bit of the humidity, but overall it's still rather comfortable as we're kicking off tonight, and it's just going to get better as the hour continues to move forward. Taking a look at the upper Midwest in itself, dry conditions, and it's going to be like that. Any kind of activity that we're seeing is really to the south of Illinois and just south of Missouri, and we're seeing just a line of some showers, which in itself is still starting to lose some strength. Now tomorrow is looking to be a bit warmer, but sunshine is sticking around. Still going to be get outside weather for us, but we're going to plan out because we could see some changes coming into our late evening hours going into our Wednesday, and we'll tell you when and where in just a few moments. Until then, back to you guys.
Julian, thank you. Senator Tammy Baldwin spent her election day in Madison talking electric vehicles. She toured the lab at Franklin Electric in Madison to check out the latest innovations in electric vehicle charging. Senator Baldwin supported President Biden's sweeping infrastructure bill passed last year, which set aside $5 billion to build a national electric vehicle charging network. Wisconsin will receive nearly $79 million from the federal government to build electric vehicle charging stations along all 5 interstates and 7 U.S. highways in the state. There's more fallout today after the FBI seized boxes of documents from former President Trump's Mar-A-Lago home.
The former president and several top Republicans say Monday's search was political, and they are demanding answers. So far, the FBI and the Justice Department are not publicly commenting.
I want to know what led to this. I think every Republican believes that the FBI, when it comes to Trump and other organizations, have lost their mind.
Sources tell CBS News the search was connected to a Justice Department investigation of claims by the National Archives that it found 15 boxes of records, including classified material at Mar-A-Lago earlier this year. The former president and his family publicly blamed President Biden and the Democrats, but a White House official tells CBS News they were given no heads up.
President was not briefed, was not aware of it. The Justice Department conducts investigations independently, and we leave any law enforcement matters to them.
Executing a search warrant on a former president has never been done before. U.S. officials have now confirmed it was done with the approval of the highest levels of the Justice Department.
More local news now. The Dane County man wanted in a deadly shooting on Madison's north side last month has been arrested now in Ohio. An arrest warrant for the accused shooter, 27-year-old Akil Lowe, went out July 29th for charges of homicide, use of a dangerous weapon, and possession of a weapon. But he was just arrested last week in Dayton. The shooting happened July 22nd. This was in the area of Volland Street at North Sherman. The victim, 18-year-old LaRon D. Bynum, was found in a stolen vehicle with life-threatening injuries. He later died at the scene. Lowe is being held at the Montgomery County Jail in Ohio, awaiting extradition. In Jefferson County, sheriff's deputies are investigating a shooting in the town of Sumner. Called to a home just after midnight after gunshots were heard. Investigators say a person was seen walking from the home and later was arrested. The sheriff's department says there's an active death investigation, but did not release information about the victim or suspect and wouldn't say whether the victim was killed with a gun.
The Wisconsin Department of Corrections says it will build a new youth correctional facility on Milwaukee's northwest side. The new facility will be built along West Clinton Avenue near the Haskell Noyes Park Golf Course. This marks the first step toward closing youth prisons Lincoln Hills and Copper Lake, which were the subject of a federal investigation into civil rights violations. Governor Tony Evers supported the new facility, and the Milwaukee Common Council is expected to give initial support to build it. The zoo in Baraboo says it has successfully installed security cameras. In a social media post, organizers thanked the Friends of the Baraboo Zoo and everyone who made donations to make it possible. You may recall earlier this year, someone broke in and released 4 of the animals. All of them have since been recaptured and returned to the zoo, and a man from Indiana is facing charges for the break-in. Still ahead tonight, we'll have more election results, including an update on the Republican primary for governor.
Plus, an elections expert providing a breakdown of the primary, including the main takeaways. Stay with us.
It's Wow Wednesdays at Hy-Vee. This Wednesday, Hy-Vee Choice Reserve Sirloin Fillets, 2 for only $5. Frozen vegetables, only 69 cents. Fresh Express Garden Salad, only 77 cents. And Hy-Vee Almond Milk or Full Circle Soy Milk, only 99 cents. Wednesday only. And save even more with Hy-Vee Fuel Saver. Right now, save up to $5.23 per gallon with your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Plus Perks card. And visit HyVeeDeals.com for even more deals.
Oh, hey, it's me, Adrian. People choose Sono Bello because they can permanently remove your stubborn body fat in just one visit. After having 2 kids, my body changed a lot, and I struggled with my stubborn body fat. For me, as a busy mom of 2, when I discovered that Sono Bello had a mommy makeover package catered just for moms like me who don't have time to recover and need to get back in action, that's when I knew I needed to go to Sono Bello. Sono Bello removed my diet-resistant fat cells permanently in just one visit. There was minimal downtime, local anesthesia, so I was actually awake during the whole procedure. I deserved my mommy makeover, and you do too.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation now and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-952-0466 or go to sonobello.com.
It's Slumberland's anniversary sale, and to celebrate, we're stacking the deals. Buy any sofa or sectional and get 20% off your second purchase. Now for the stacking, get another 20% off both items.
20 plus another 20?
Yep, and there's more. Buy any recliner or accent chair and get 20% off your second purchase. And stack an additional 20% off both items.
Discounts? On top of discounts?
Plus, we are still offering great special financing at Slumberland Furniture.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh local Medicare. Hey, Joe, are you behind this whole check your zip code deal on national TV for extra Medicare benefits?
I don't know. Check your zip code.
Why would I check my zip code?
Because you're in it.
So we get a lot of calls about that guy. It's sad because your local Medicare plans already have those bells and whistles Joe promises.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
It's go time, people. We all have a story to tell. So let's come together to share some hope and joy, all on my new show.
Weekdays on WISC-TV starting September 12th. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. There are the latest numbers in the Republican primary for governor. Tim Michels with the lead, and he is now working the crowd at his headquarters, his watch party, if you will, in Waukesha. We will take to that location immediately when candidate Michels addresses that crowd. We're not anticipating that for quite a bit, though, as that race still has a little bit of distance left to go. Let's look at those numbers, if we can, in that race for governor in Wisconsin. Again, the Republican primary, there you see 67% of precincts reporting about a 17,000 vote margin, 47 to 43 in favor of Tim Michels, again, with about a third of votes still out tonight.
Before we learn who will be in the running for governor, we will see who their running mates will be. First, on the Republican side for lieutenant governor, 8 Republicans are vying for the second highest office in Wisconsin. State Senator Roger Roth is in the lead with 64% of precincts reporting. He represents the Appleton area, and State Senator Patrick Testin is in second place with 68,000 votes.
That's now been called for Roger Roth, the 2-term Senate president who served as Senate president from 2017 2021. In the Democratic race for lieutenant governor, Brookfield Democratic Assemblywoman Sarah Rodriguez will run alongside Governor Evers in November, a commanding win tonight over Peng He.
And then for the race for Attorney General on the Republican side, the winner is Fond du Lac District Attorney Eric Toney. Not the winner. 63% of precincts reporting. Former State Representative Adam Jarko is second. This is a race that is tightening a little bit. Eric Toney is up about 7,000 votes at this point. So it's been a pretty close race so far. More vote totals are being posted by the minute, and it's not over yet.
Yeah, joining us now, political reporter Will Keneally with more. And Will, what's jumping out to you at this point? Any surprises? Let's start with the big race of the night, right? The race for governor on the Republican side. What are you seeing? What are you watching? Any surprises? Michels, Clayfish.
I think the most interesting thing for me that's jumping out is how poorly Clayfish is performing in some of those wild counties. For example, she is only ahead in Waukesha County by about 6 points so far. That is vastly underperforming what you'd expect to see for a Republican primary winner in that county specifically. And I think if we can go to program 71 here, we can see. Yes, you might be able to see the map there. Waukesha County is, of course, that county that is exactly due west of Milwaukee County. So for a normal primary winner in the Republican primary there, you'd expect to see far double digits. So in comparison, Leah Vukmir, when she beat Kevin Nicholson in that primary, when she ultimately lost against Tammy Baldwin in 2018, she was ahead in Waukesha County by 37 points. And again, Clayfish only ahead by 6 points here. The other thing I want to point out to you, if you can see kind of that western wall of Tim Michels yellow there. We'll get to that in a second. But first I want to go to J. Miles Coleman. He's the associate editor at Sabato's Crystal Ball. He spoke to us earlier today about how crucial that Waukesha County vote is.
And she was going to have to rack up huge margins in the wild counties around Milwaukee. That's what Scott Walker did when he ran his first statewide primary back in 2010. For example, in Waukesha County, he got close to 80%. Fast forward to tonight, Clayfish is winning Waukesha County, but only by 6 points.
So the other thing that we heard from Coleman is that Clayfish could forge a path ahead, but she'd have to get to other areas of the state. And as we saw in that map, that kind of wall of yellow, Tim Michels yellow in the west there, it's going to be tough for her to find that path forward.
Real quick, Will, what about that 63rd Assembly race, Steen and Voss? It looks like Voss is going to pull it out, but extremely close.
Extremely close, about 300 votes so far. And actually, just while you guys are on air, we heard from WISCPolitics.com that Voss is in fact declaring victory in that race. But much more close than the Assembly Speaker would want to see in that race. Of course, Adam Steen, his primary opponent, was endorsed by Trump a little bit late in the race, but still, we're seeing that Trump effect so far in some of these races here.
Yeah. All right, Will, thank you. Great job.
Thank you very much, Will. And again, for all of the election results, they'll be scrolling on the bottom of your screen. And check out our new interactive election map on channel3000.com. That's what Will was just showing you to get a detailed look at certain races.
Boy, just a perfect day in August to get out there and vote. phone with your complete certified, most accurate forecast, meteorologist Julian Seawright. Julian?
And honestly, we're just getting started. As we continue throughout the rest of tonight, we're looking at comfortable conditions. And on top of it, the later part of this week is just going to be just as nice as it was today. Right now, it's 66 degrees. Throughout the rest of the overnight hours, we'll go into those lower 60s. Some areas could be into the upper 50s as well. So it's going to be a nice one, a starry night as well. And on top of it, not going to be seeing much in terms of wind. So it's going to be nice, calm, and comfortable as we go into tonight. Now, this is what we're seeing for our surface map, which is going to be setting some things up as we go on throughout the next few days for us. Take notes of where the high pressure system is set up in, mainly for the Midwest and the upper Midwest, was going to keep us on the dry and quiet side. But what we see is a cold front, which is bringing in some showers to Canada, and we could thank Canada, honestly, because later into the week, that's what's going to be keeping us cooler by the time we get into our Thursday and for our Friday. As the cooler air mass coming in from Canada will start to keep things on to the cool side throughout the next few days. Until we get there, though, on our radar, nice and dry here in the upper Midwest, and all the activity is just south of the Missouri state line and south of Illinois state line. But outside of it, well, folks, we're going to be looking at continued dry conditions until we get into about tomorrow night, which we'll get to just in a moment, because 90% of tomorrow, and for almost everyone, we're going to be seeing temperatures into the 80s, plenty of sunshine. It's going to be a great day to be outside once again. Now, as we take a look and walk through what we're going to see for our Wednesday, overnight it's going to stay quiet, it's going to stay starry. Temperatures will drop into the upper 50s for some areas, and then by the time we're heading out the door, we're going to see those low 60s, and a beautiful sunrise is going to be in our forecast. By the time we go into lunchtime, it's going to be another great day to eat outside or just be outside in general. We're going to be into those upper 70s, and then we'll be back to more summer-like warmth, as we're going to see those middle 80s for most areas. Some areas can still hang into the lower 80s as well, but what we're going to watch for is some developments just north of the Dells. We can see from outside of Camp Douglas, some showers starting to produce a little bit, and then we'll start to move their way just south. But again, this is going to be very isolated, not looking at much of a widespread event here, and it's going to be out by the time we get into our midnight hours. But here in Dane County, we could see a couple of showers, maybe some moderate rainfall, but overall it's going to be very isolated, and almost all of us are not even going to see the rain that's going to be coming in for tomorrow. Then once we get into our Thursday, we're back into the 70s. Again, not going to be looking at much in terms of rainfall. Honestly, some of these rainfall totals could be a little bit over projected, but we'll see just how those showers start to develop for us as we get in throughout the next few days. And outside of it, well, the temperatures themselves, as I mentioned, are not going to be too bad as we go in throughout the next few days. Tomorrow will be the warmest day for us, but the 70s are going to hang around until we get into the weekend, and then still into the lower 80s as well. Then afterward, we're going into next week, back into those upper 70s. Not a whole lot of rain in our forecast, and not a whole lot of warmth either. We'll be right back after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Announcing another Best of Madison 2022 award. And the winner is Wisconsin Veterans Museum. Best Museum. Plan your visit online today. For a list of all the 2022 Best of Madison winners, pick up the August issue of Madison Magazine.
This 120-year-old building holds the most beautiful bicycle store in the world, Machinery Row Bicycles. Machinery Row Bicycles has Wisconsin's largest selection of Trek Bike Path bikes, Trek Kids, and Trek Road bicycles. New Trek mountain bikes will start under $390. Hundreds of accessories include free installation, free adjustments, kickstands, and quality service are all included in your Machinery Row Trek bicycle. So many fun things to look at and bicycles to test ride on the bicycle path by the lake at Machinery Row Bicycles.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
Denny's all-time favorite Super Slam is back.
Get bacon, sausage, eggs, hash browns, and buttermilk pancakes for only $6.99. Give your wallet a break and send it on a summer slamcation. The hottest deals are at Denny's, America's value destination.
In this blistering Wisconsin heat, imagine not being able to cool yourself by simply pressing a button. It may seem easy to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore after that minute is up. Families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling in the scorching heat of summer, and those are just the ones we know about. A hot summer day is not simply uncomfortable for them. It can be deadly. If you have the means to help, please consider offering a hand up. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one in Wisconsin deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
The sun is setting on Toyota's national sales event. Wait, they have until September 6th.
Get 1.9% APR for 48 months on Toyota's most popular 2022 models. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's take an updated look at the governor's race again tonight.
That's right. Tim Michels against former Lieutenant Governor Rebecca Clayfish. 69% of precincts reporting Michels maintaining now a 20,000 vote lead, about a 47 to 43 percentage point advantage over Rebecca Clayfish.
Our Tahalil Moeddin is with the Clayfish campaign tonight at an event in Oconomowoc. Hi, Tahlil. How is everybody doing there now?
Hi. Eric and Susan, right in line with those numbers. The mood in this room has changed quite a bit. It's gotten a lot quieter since earlier today, and people have started to kind of fill this area behind me, waiting to see Rebecca Clayfish walk into this room. She's expected to really step in at any moment to give her speech to the crowd of people waiting. As I said, for the most part, everything is pretty quiet right now. She hasn't made an appearance at all today, so they are eagerly waiting to see what she has to say. Now, we'll be here kind of waiting to see what happens, but for the most part, it's just wait and see what she has to say at this point.
All right, Tahlil, thank you. We'll go back to you when Rebecca Clayfish joins the room. Tahlil Moeddin reporting live in Oconomowoc. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Oh, the kids? At your parents'. I ate an hour ago because you completely forgot about the extended anniversary sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, everything is on sale. That means $50 off every Buena Vista, Summit, and Doctor's Choice Original. Or purchase any Tempur-Pedic and get a $300 gift. Score 2 Doctor's Choice pillows for only $50. Plus 50 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended anniversary sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Now is the time to switch to Spectrum Internet. America's leading internet provider just got even faster, with speeds now starting at 300 megabits per second. Faster speeds to game, faster speeds to stream, faster speeds to work or learn from home. All with 99.9% network reliability. Get Spectrum Internet for just $49.99 a month, plus a free modem and free online security software. Call 877-906-9192. Add advanced Wi-Fi to get enhanced security for your home network, automatically blocking outside threats to your devices. If it's connected, it's protected. So no matter what you do online, you can do it faster, safer, and more reliably with Spectrum. Now is the time to switch. Get Spectrum Internet with faster speeds for the same great price. Just $49.99 a month with starting speeds of 300 megabits per second. Visit Spectrum.com to find out more or call 877-906-9192.
Wipes, wipes, wipes. Why the waste? Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water with reusable EcoPad. Micelles work like a magnet. Now leave less mascara residue than the leading wipes. With no wipe waste. Garnier Micellar Cleansing Water and reusable EcoPad by Garnier, naturally.
Menards has everything you need for your outdoor projects. Cabot Premium exterior wood stains and finishes are now 11% off. Bring out the natural beauty for all of your wood projects. With hundreds of color and transparency combinations, Cabot has a stain to fit every job. Let the fresh air in with a new Larson Storm Door. We carry a huge selection of stylish doors in stock. Larson Storm Doors are 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know.
What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
New Astapro Allergy, now available without a prescription. Astapro is the first and only 24-hour storage-free spray. While other allergy sprays take hours, Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. So you can Astapro and go.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And before we go tonight, we want to take one last look at the Republican race for governor, the primary. This one was pretty tight. It appears, though, that Tim Michels is starting to pull away a bit, a 20,000 vote margin. We understand he's in the room in Waukesha, and at some point he will address his followers there, his supporters there. Of course, he gained the endorsement of former President Trump, a race that gained national attention, putting the former president and his vice president, Mike Pence, at odds. Michels, of course, Trump endorsed, Clayfish endorsed by Mike Pence. We will continue to follow this race until Tim Michels addresses the crowd. We are now going to go to Oconomowoc and Rebecca Clayfish addressing her supporters there.
You guys are wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Dane. Thank you, Georgia. Oh, my heart. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you for all you have done. And I look around this room and I see friends from Madison, and I see friends from up north. I see friends east and west. I could not be more grateful. I honestly feel that this team, you all, left it all on the field, and I could not be more proud. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. I have never seen a harder working, more dedicated team of activists than the one here tonight. God bless you. I am so proud to call you friends. I've conceded this race to Tim Michels, and I urge you all to stay in the fight, because the fight now is truly against Tony Evers and the liberals who want to take away our way of life. And I honestly still believe that hard work does still matter, particularly in our local races. And I see so many of you who have just fought battles after battles after battles. School board, county board, town council, judgeships. You guys have fought. You guys have won. Let's keep winning, and let's beat Tony Evers this fall. Thank you, guys.
That is the former Lieutenant Governor, Rebecca Clayfish, essentially conceding the race to Tim Michels. The margin of votes right now separating the two, about 22,000 votes. We have about 77% of precincts reporting at this time. Rebecca Clayfish, of course, the former Lieutenant Governor, had the support of former Governor Scott Walker, former Vice President Mike Pence, and ran a race that really dates back to last year. Tim Michels jumps into the race much later, gets the endorsement of former President Trump, and who knows if that was the complete difference, but it certainly made some difference. And Tim Michels moments away from talking to his supporters just up the road in Waukesha tonight.
That will be the question for analysis tomorrow, about what the impact of the Trump endorsement was tonight overall.
It also sets up an interesting dynamic in this race when you have Evers against Michaels coming in November, and he's going to run with Roger Roth, who is more of a kind of a traditional Republican, who did bring in Mike Pompeo for a visit to the state Senate during the 2020 campaign season. But this will be very interesting the next 13 weeks leading up to Election Day on November 8th.
It'll be Michaels-Roth, the ticket on the Republican side, and on the Democratic side, it will be Evers and Sarah Rodriguez. So, yeah, not exactly 90 days, right, until Election Day.
Yes, 13 weeks. And, of course, Rodriguez brings an interesting component to the race, too. Of course, a Brookfield Democrat in a majority Republican area in Waukesha County.
Area, yep.
So that'll be very interesting in what she brings to the race. And Roth from the Appleton area might bring something from the Appleton area. But it'll probably essentially you'll see President Trump, I would guess, at some point in the state in the next 13 weeks campaigning on behalf of Tim Michaels. Tony Evers, of course, will part ways with his lieutenant governor, who he'll be running alongside Rodriguez as Mandela Barnes gets ready for an interesting 13-week run-up to the election to square off with incumbent Senator Ron Johnson.
We are waiting for Tim Michaels to take the stage and to make some remarks. This is still a live picture from the Clayfish event in Oconomowoc. Here's a look at the latest numbers now with 72% of precincts reporting.
Tim Michaels, many folks might recall, ran against Russ Feingold and lost back in 2004. That was a Senate race, and then focused on his business for the majority of construction business, a major firm of some 8,000 employees for the better part of the last 18 years. And now he will be a candidate squaring off for governor against Tony Evers, the incumbent who has largely served as a blockade to everything the Republican legislature wanted to do over the course of the last 4 years, holding off two-term incumbent Scott Walker back in 2018. So this will be a very interesting election run-up for Tim Michaels. We bring in our political reporter, Will Keneally. And Will, it's not officially over yet, but it certainly sets up an interesting Michaels-Evers battle over the next 13 weeks.
Definitely, and I think it'll be kind of that populist message that Michaels brings to the campaign, kind of that Trump-esque candidate moving forward, compared to Evers, who has been governor of Wisconsin, kind of a reaction to that Walker years in early and late 20-teens. Also, Evers, who kind of took the state through the pandemic. We see all these, different mask mandates and public health orders coming from Evers. We'll see to what extent that it's a reaction to some of that that's coming into the campaign, as well as Biden, too. A lot of the inflation concerns and some of the Republican concerns over the economy.
Yeah, it was kind of, I was talking to Professor Charles Franklin about this, the Marquette poll director, about how this might shape up, and he'll have polls coming out in the coming weeks. But was this gonna, it was gonna be the old Republican Party in the state, being, Scott Walker and Rebecca Clayfish, but also Trump is a thing most people think of the last 4 years in the White House, but he still very much has a presence in this state. Certainly did in the 63rd Assembly District tonight, even though Robin Vos held off that challenge from Adam Steen.
Right, exactly. And I think especially that 63rd Assembly District race shows kind of how uniquely Wisconsin a lot of these races are. We're tough to pin down, right? So we'll have a very kind of Trump-esque reaction to some of these candidates, but then we'll also rely on some of these old kind of conservative figures like a Vos that we'll probably see maintain power in the state assembly and a very powerful figure just in the legislature broadly come next January.
So you think that the Donald Trump endorsement still had a big impact, or do you think most people were voting with election integrity and the candidates themselves on their minds?
I think he definitely had an impact, but I do think we see some of the powerful kind of tradition, powerful staying power of some of these kind of stalwarts. Roger Roth, for example, winning in the lieutenant governor's race. I think that is kind of emblematic of a little bit of where the Republican Party is. Roger Roth, too, who in this recent session here was very big on abortions, had like a fetal heartbeat bill that he pushed through the state Senate. So we'll see, I think, some of those issues kind of come into play as we head into November.
It was a crowded field, and Roth won it handily, as did Sarah Rodriguez on the Democratic side.
Yeah, election integrity, abortion, the two big issues, I think. Let's talk a little bit, and again, we're waiting for Tim Michaels to address his supporters there in Waukesha, and I understand, just on cue, Tim Michaels approaching the podium there. Let's listen in.
From day one, this race has not been about winning this primary. This race has been about getting proper executive leadership in the governor's mansion and a great governor who served the people of Wisconsin. It's been a very spirited primary, and I want to really thank, and my heart goes out to my primary opponents. Rebecca Clayfish, a tremendous candidate, tremendous candidate. Thank you. Tim Rantham, tremendous candidate as well. Great man, thank you. Adam Fisher as well, thank you. And of course, on the ballot as well, Kevin Nicholson made a great effort. Hoorah. I say to the hardworking people of Wisconsin, the people that get up at 5 a.m., take their kids to school, work hard all day, want to coach their kids' baseball team, the people that feel like the Democratic Party has left them for social issues, you are now going to have a governor that's going to stand up for the hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding citizens of Wisconsin. That's what this race has always been about, and that's what the general election race is going to be about as well. Standing up for the hardworking people of Wisconsin. They've been left behind by the Democratic Party that just wants to focus on the social issues. From my first day in office to my very last day as governor, jobs and the economy are going to be my #1 priority. I have the executive leadership background from being a commanding officer, 12 years on active duty as an Army Ranger, to being a successful businessman, stood shoulder to shoulder with my brothers and grew this company from a few hundred to 8,000 today. And these are great family supporting jobs with great health care and great benefit. We know at Michaels Corporation that if you take care of people, good things will happen. And as governor, my #1 priority is to take care of the hardworking people of Wisconsin. Back in February, Barbara and I, we said, we can't take it anymore. We feel like this country's headed in the wrong direction. We feel like we're on a slippery slope towards socialism, and it's being cloaked behind all these other social issues. But we know what's happening. We can see what's going on. And we said, you know what? We're going to do everything we can to stand in the way of the tearing down of America, the America that we know and love. I'm here to say the American dream is still alive, and good people need to step up and run, and we're going to get an outsider, a businessman, and a veteran in the governor's office. And I'll tell you what, Tony Evers, he's failed the people of Wisconsin. From COVID to Kenosha, he's been a weak leader. And we are going to make him unessential worker come November. Everywhere I go, people come up to me and they say, Tim, I'm so happy that you got into this race. I am ready for a change. I'm tired of politics as usual. I'm tired of the usual politicians. I see in you, Tim, somebody who wore boots his whole life. 12 years in Army boots, on active duty as an Army Ranger. 25 years in construction, getting down and getting dirty, getting dirt under my fingernails. Since I was a young boy where I helped farmers bale hay and pick rocks, I know how to do a hard day's work. And the hardworking people of Wisconsin deserve to have a leader who understands how hard they're working and will lead by example. There's so many people to thank. This has been an incredible journey. I'll start with, of course, my lovely wife, Barbara. I think the people of Wisconsin would like her to be a great first lady, don't you think? And of course, my daughter Sophie and my son Will, they're with me 24/7 on the campaign trail. All you volunteers, all you staffers, you know that Sophie and Will work as hard as anybody out there. And that's the way we do it in the Michaels family. To my campaign staff, the tireless days, the long nights, it all paid off. But all we've won is the opportunity for the next 91 days to work even harder because we have to beat Tony Evers. I'd like to thank President Trump for his support, for his endorsement. It meant so. It was a tremendous validation of our meteoric rise in this campaign. He knows that we need to have new leadership in Madison, and he sees a lot of similarities. He didn't have to run for president. I don't have to run for governor. He wanted to drain the swamp. We found out it's a really big swamp, and I know that Madison needs firm executive leadership, and that's what I'm going to do as governor. And Governor Tommy Thompson, his endorsement was so powerful as well. I am really looking forward to working with Governor Thompson over the next 3 months. He knows how to bridge the gap, how to get over the partisanship, the fighting that happens so much in Madison, and to get things done.
And that is Tim Michaels, the Republican primary winner tonight in the race for governor. The 60-year-old, 18 years removed from a loss in the Senate race to Russ Feingold. He will advance to the general election to face off with Governor Evers in November. We have winners in a lot of races tonight, but we want to remind you there still are some races yet to be called. Our crew will be here all night tracking those results.
We will have a lot more coverage tomorrow morning on News 3 Now this morning, including a live interview with Democratic Senate candidate Mandela Barnes and complete analysis from a political science professor who will put all of tonight's races into context.
And in the meantime, you can take a closer look at any of the races we followed tonight at channel3000.com, where races are refreshing every minute. It's your one-stop shop for all of your election results. And we will also, before we go, check in briefly on that Assembly District race in the 63rd Assembly District, where it has just been called, we understand, for Assembly Speaker Robin Vos, one of the longest-serving Assembly Speakers in the country. He has been declared the winner tonight by a mere, well, look at the numbers, 260 votes separating him and the Trump-endorsed little known Adam Steen, giving him a run for his money tonight in the Wisconsin Assembly 63rd District. There is no Democrat in the general in that, so basically Voss is your winner, and we'll be back for another term in the State Assembly. So we'll see you back here bright and early tomorrow morning. Thanks for joining us again. All your results at channel3000.com.